Hey everybody, welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Today I'm in my cardio room for a change of scenery and to start my next series, Powertec versus Titan Fitness. I just wrapped up my Powertec workbench attachment series, so check that out if you haven't seen it. But I thought it would be fun to compare similar machines and let you know which one I think is better. It won't always be Powertec and it won't always be Titan Fitness. Let's get to it. To start, let's address the obvious difference. One is a standalone machine and one is an attachment. I don't necessarily want to take the workbench into consideration. I just want to take the function of the leg extension leg curl for the Titan Fitness model and compare it to the leg extension leg curl function for the Powertec model. I've done two videos for this leg extension leg curl. One was my initial review and one was a video comparing this to the seated leg curl leg extension by Titan Fitness. And as I said in my reviews, this is a very well built piece of equipment. I did have some issues from the beginning. First off, I had the wrong handles. I had to contact Titan. They sent me the wrong handles the second time. I had to contact Titan the third time, and then I eventually got the correct handles for the leg extension and the leg curl. Also, I was missing the stopper, and I had to make my own out of a stall mat. With my Powertec leg extension leg curl, there were no issues, and it was ready to go right out of the box. The most obvious visual difference between the two machines is the height. The Titan model is considerably taller, and that could benefit someone who's tall and someone with longer legs, but it could also make it more difficult for someone who's short to get on. The height of the Powertec model, when using the leg extension, is a little bit low to the ground, so that can make it difficult for someone with longer legs to use because their feet may hit the ground without making some adjustments. The Powertec has wheels, which will make transporting it a little bit easier. The Titan does not. The ankle pads for the Titan are a bit more dense and therefore a bit more comfortable, but they do pop off from time to time in the middle of a set. Powertec resolved that issue by having their pads bolt on. The back pad of the Powertec is adjustable in case you want back support. However, for the Titan Fitness, you can't adjust the back support. I think the quality and durability for each seat pad is about the same. I really like that both have a stainless steel weight horn and a rubber stopper, so you don't have metal on metal. However, the Powertec came with a collar. The Titan did not. The Powertec has 10 inches of loadable space. The Titan 9.5 inches of loadable space. Both have handles to grip. Performing leg extensions on the Titan can be a little uncomfortable because you have this bracket which will dig into your inner thigh. You can resolve that issue by having a towel or a sweatshirt wrapped around that piece. The Powertec tube is thin enough that it won't rub the inner thigh. Starting off with 50 pounds on both leg extensions, first off, I make sure that I have my knee lined up with the axis of rotation. I'll do the same thing over there on the Titan. And the clicking that you hear are the plates sliding along the weight horn. I do have a collar secured to each weight horn, but the plates still do slide a little bit. And that feels smooth and effective, and most importantly, no knee pain. Jumping over to the Titan, and literally jumping onto the Titan because it's so high off the ground. £50 feels a little heavier on the Titan, but the Powertec feels a little more comfortable because of the adjustments that I can make. Next, let's see what 100 pounds feels like on both leg extensions. That feels good, and I'm getting a great amount of quad activation. However, the back of the bench is raising off the ground a little bit because of how much weight's on the front. Normally, I have this connected to the Smith machine, so that doesn't happen. Here is 100 pounds on the Titan. Considerably harder than the Powertec. I do have these metal pieces grinding into my inner thigh, but I do feel a good amount of quad activation. If I compare the leg extension function for both machines, the win goes to the Powertec, mainly because of greater adjustability and because the Titan has this metal piece that digs into my inner thigh. But keep in mind, the Powertec will raise up off of the ground if it's not connected to a rack, the lever gym, or a Smith machine if you're moving a lot of weight on the front. I would like for both of these machines to have an option to accept bands. You can rig bands up, but this machine is modeled after the Elite FTS, which does have a band feature. Moving on to the leg curl function for each machine, I have 50 pounds on both. That feels smooth, good, and effective. Let's see how it is on the Titan. Whew, not easy to get on. £50 is considerably harder on the Titan. I do like the option that I have handles here. I don't have handles on the Powertec. And the issue of this metal piece grinding into your inner thigh isn't as noticeable when you're doing leg curls. The only adjustment on the Titan is for the leg curl. You can move these pads down one notch if you're taller. If I compare the leg curl function for each machine, the win by a little bit goes to the Powertec, mainly because it's more comfortable. You have these pads here, which will hit your thigh. The Titan doesn't have any pads. You just have your leg resting on this flat part. The weight capacity for the Titan is 300 pounds. The weight capacity for the Powertec is 200 pounds. You are a beast if you are leg curling 300 pounds on this machine, and you're a beast if you're leg curling 200 pounds on this machine. I don't really have an issue hitting 200 pounds with leg extensions on here, but 200 pounds for leg extensions on here is much more difficult. I'm reluctant to mention the cost for either of these because prices keep changing so much, but this is a little more expensive than this. But if you absorb the initial cost of the bench, you have more versatility with this piece because obviously you have a bench for your pressing motions, but you also have the option to add 5 additional attachments to this bench. The Powertec Leg Extension Leg Curl wins this versus battle, mainly because it's a more comfortable piece of equipment because of greater adjustability, but I do think the Titan will last longer because it's a more heavy-duty piece of equipment. But if I had to throw one of these in the bushes, I would throw the Titan in the bushes and I would keep the Powertec. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll have 2 more in this series comparing the Powertec dip attachment to the Titan dip machine and the Powertec pec fly attachment to the Titan pec fly machine. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. You can find me on Instagram under Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Take care, everyone. Now to completely knock the planets out of alignment, let's talk about the seated leg extension leg curl. I didn't want to include this in the comparison because it's too different than the prone leg extension leg curl, but if I was given the option to take the seated or either one of those prone leg extension leg curls, I would take the seated. Although there are a couple of minor issues with this piece, one being that ankle pad is angled a little bit. Overall, I'm really happy to have this in my home gym. The leg extension function feels fantastic. The leg curl function feels really good. So it's a great piece for any home gym.